Well, we're really pleased to welcome back as our guest today, Joan Behr, Director of Corporate Communication and Brand Management from Foremost Farms USA, which is one of the top 100 food and beverage manufacturers in the United States. And Joan, again, it's a pleasure having you with us as our guest on Directional Motivation today.
Russ, it's great to be back. I look forward to our conversation again.
Mm-hmm. Well, Joan, in the past months, we've discussed, a little bit of your company history, the uniqueness of the culture that you have there as a company, and then, some of the progressive internship programs, that type of thing that you have to offer. And today I thought it might be interesting for our listeners really to talk a little bit with regards to the future. And by that I mean what you see ahead for your organization and some of the progressive steps that you're taking or have taken in the past to ensure that Foremost Farms USA will continue to be a top-tier company within the dairy industry.
Well, Russ, I think as we talk about the future, it takes me to the vision statement of Foremost Farms, and that is that we want to be the preferred and most trusted dairy business that meets or exceeds customer, member owner, and employee expectations. So that's what's really driving our overall strategy and where we want to be. And really the essence of our strategy is to develop a culture at Foremost Farms that is one of innovation and superior performance that's really built on a foundation that's solid today, and we want to keep it that way in the future. Mm-hmm. That long-term foundation really involves having an adequate milk supply at a competitive price. We want to continue to be a valued marketer of milk for farmers in the upper Midwest and in what's known as the Mideast, the states of Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, in that region. So that's where it all begins, and then we need to have the ability to attract and develop and retain good talent, good employees. And then thirdly, we want to invest in product development through innovation at our plants, through new technology, and by continuing to reinvest in our plant assets, our processing plant assets. And then lastly, return value to our members through equity that they build in our cooperative.
Mm-hmm. I see. So what, when you talk about some of the investments maybe that you've made within your operational setting, that type of thing, can you address some of the things that you've done that probably, I would say, put you at cutting edge in many of the areas, but some of the investments maybe you made in R&D or into some of the plant manufacturing efforts, that type of thing, things that are going on within the company?
Well, sure. As a cooperative, our investments come from our member owners, from the dollars that they invest in our business. And since 2007, we've reinvested over $150 million in our product mix and in our plant assets. For instance, in Appleton, Wisconsin, we make mozzarella cheese, and in 2010, 2011, we doubled the size of that plant from manufacturing 65 million pounds of mozzarella cheese per year to 130 million pounds of mozzarella a year. So that product is destined for the fresh and frozen pizza markets. Some other cheese plants where we've made investments are at Richland Center, Wisconsin, and Clayton, Wisconsin, where we haven't so much expanded the footprint of the plant, but what we've done is increased the throughput. So we're manufacturing more cheese by improving our production processes and also incorporating more computerization and robotics to help streamline packaging, and that further ensures quality of product to the end consumer. At Rothschild, Wisconsin, we've made some significant investments in pharmaceutical lactose technology. We make pharmaceutical lactose for companies that market prescription drugs and over-the-counter drugs. And we want to be a part of that growing market, particularly in lieu of the fact that our population is aging, and we want to be able to satisfy the need for medications for that market. And in Plover, Wisconsin, we make a specialty whey ingredient that's sold to the infant formula market, and those products are marketed around the world, just as our pharmaceutical lactose is marketed around the world. So those are the areas where we have tried to reinvest and further diversify our product mix so that we are viable for the future and continue to be a preferred supplier to the customers who buy our products.
Mm-hmm. You know, $150 million investment is pretty substantial when you look at that, and you know, not when you think about the return on investment. And what I mean by that is being competitive in the marketplace, having your products at the top tier level like you do just ensures that your sustainability long term is definitely going to be there. It's got to be pretty exciting. I can see why employees, you know, you have a reputation of having employees remain with your staff or remain with your company for over 25, you know, 30 years, 40 years for some. I can see why there's excitement within Foremost Farms, very, very much so.
Yes, we've definitely been blessed with quality employees. I think, you know, attracting and retaining quality employees is really what's ensured our success. As you said, it's exciting when you are able to make some investments that allow you to upgrade technology or upgrade a plant so that it's making product that's going to be serving the marketplace for years to come. And that does spark interest. It also sparks a need for further development of skill sets within our employee ranks. And we have made not only investments in plants, but also investments in people to allow them to grow with the business, further develop their skills so that they can be with us for the long run. I think that's really our philosophy. We want to be here for the long run, and we've demonstrated that from day one as a business. We value employees who are just as committed to being here for the long run because they contribute to the stability that we have as a market player, to our financial strength, and to our future growth.
Mm-hmm. You know, one of the reputations that I know that you have within the industry is that you don't take shortcuts, and that really says a lot about your organization that way. Very predicated on making sure that you're making the right decision, not only for today, but for the long term. And from that sustainability side, and it certainly bodes well for the employees that are with you, and really quite a, you know, creates quite a testimony to the work environment that you guys create for your employees in that respect as well. Our guest today has been Joan Behr, Director of Corporate Communication and Brand Management with Foremost Farms USA. And Joan, it's been a pleasure having you with us. We certainly look forward to more upcoming conversations to hear about some of the different things that are going on within the Foremost Farms USA community. Thank you for being our guest today.
You're welcome, Russ. It's a pleasure.